Karen, good morning. How are you? Karen, this is the rental analysis that I am preparing for you and your husband so that we can determine the price difference between a three-bedroom and a four-bedroom townhouse in that location. I want to start by explaining what we see in the screen so that we completely have the picture. First of all, I am looking at properties that have hit the market in the last 6 months only in this area. I know that your community is basically this one here, this line here, but I added those townhouses that are also close to Flamingo Road because when we have tenants, when we hit the market and tenants are looking for properties, they're not going to look just in your community. They are going to actually spread out in Weston, in Pembroke Pines, and in your community. But for the sake of the exercise of the rental analysis, we are going to focus just in this area. Okay. So obviously, we are looking at townhouses and we are looking as well townhouses that are three-bedroom, four-bedroom, two to three bathroom. All right. Being that said, 16 properties have hit the market. And this is very interesting. Those blue houses are those that have been rented. The green ones are the only ones that are actively looking for a tenant. And this purple one was something that expired or was removed from the market. Okay. Now, with this information, let's see what the data shows. So here we have uh, all of these R's. Let's start by discriminating the properties that are rented. So out of 16 matches, you can see here that 12, actually 13, already rented. This will answer one of the questions that you asked me when I visited you on Friday. What is the market right now? The rental market is extremely hot. And for you guys specifically, people that are taking care of their properties, making a lot of renovations, making it look like, oh, this is the place that I will buy, just that the economy and the sales market will not allow me to purchase it today. That is the key. Okay, so extremely good. Only one property is pending sale, which is that purple one, and only two available for rent. So let's start with these two. The most expensive one right now on the market available for rent is this one, offered at 3,500, and it's a three-bedroom, three-bathroom. Down the line from there, we have this one at 3,100. So let's see the properties so that we can understand what we're going to compete against. So definitely your neighborhood looks much better. It doesn't have those green canopies that make the property look very outdated. Unfortunately, here it looks like the realtor didn't do a good job because you can see that they didn't turn all the lights on. So it makes the property looks a little bit smaller. And the angle that they use, I understand they wanted to take the whole property, but it makes the property looks narrow, smaller. So this is it. Is the staircase very dark? You can understand now that the property is not as long as it shows in the first picture, but they changed the bathroom, they changed the floors, the kitchen looks okay, the light pictures look okay. The blinds, they left them also like halfway open, so they did not allow all the light to come through. They replaced the appliances, so this is a great update in this property. Also, to answer one of those questions that you guys had, the refrigerator. You can see here, really nice fridge, double doors with the ice maker and the water dispenser and the freezer in the bottom. So people are looking for that. Remember, right now, we are going to try to target someone that is trying to or wants to buy a property. But because of the interest rates and because of the price of sale, they cannot afford to get a loan. So they are going to rent, but they are going to rent a place that it could be their house if the market was a little bit friendlier. Again, kitchen, they did a really good job. It looks like they are missing here the pantry or maybe a coffee area. Definitely, I'm pretty sure they're going to fill that up. Um, let's move here to the bedrooms, bathrooms. Also, they renovated. See the other bathroom, new shower, not the biggest shower in the world, but they renovated. Now here, I do see something that in this particular case is going to affect this listing. this black crowd after coming from downstairs with brand new floors. Upstairs, they are leaving that black crowd with uh, all tiles. Lights again, they are off. Let's continue here. Once again, the floor is not going to help. The paint is not going to help. The popcorn on the ceiling is not going to help. They replace this vanity. But in essence, we got the idea that the property is somehow renovated, but not to the extent that you guys are doing in your property, which is great news. Because if I am on the market looking for a property, and this is the contender, I'll choose yours 100 times. Now, something that I like to see is how long the properties have been on the market. Let me see where they put it here. Okay, so this property has been only 20 days on the market. They originally listed at 3,500 and it's still at that price because it's only 20 days. Now let's move to the next one here. 3,100 also in the other community with the kind of outdated canopies. Definitely, this is going to take forever to rent because of the things that I just explained to you. Oh, the laundry machines go there. That's what it is. But everything is old. The blinds, floors, kitchen, countertops, light fixtures, absolutely everything is old. This is exactly what I was telling you. Meanwhile, you guys are spending thousands of dollars of making your property looks like a brand new property. There is some people that are not doing absolutely nothing, but they are expecting top dollar for their properties. So again, great news. The moment we hit the market, we are going to be alone. We have no competition. Let's move now to the ones that have been rented. Now, I want to move here and filter 4 bedrooms first. Now, we have this 4 bedroom property, which was the most, let's see, no, 3,500, 3,490, and somehow we have this one. It's a 3 bedroom, but it was rented according to this at 3,950. This is interesting. Then we have a 3,600. So these are the most expensive properties rented in that area. Okay, let's start with this one here, which is a 4 bedroom in the same community that you have, where your property is. I'm sorry. So we have some pictures of the outside. Really nice kitchen. This is exactly what people are looking for, and this is what they are going to find when they rent or when they come to see your property. They change the floors, they add this accent wall, black countertops, stainless steel appliances, this hood. Really nice property. A lot of recessed lights, a lot of lightning. Beautiful. Definitely, this is what people are looking for. This property was on the market for, let's see here, it was on the market for 62 days, and they originally listed at 3,500 and they ended up renting it at 3,500. Again, comparing with the first property that we saw, which is a 3 bedroom, it looks good downstairs, but they are basing their number on this property that hit the market. This was a 4 bedroom townhouse, much better looking outside and inside. So it's going to hurt them, it's going to help us to get your property rented much quicker. Let's move to the next property here, which is this one also in your community. Let's take the pictures very quickly. The kitchen, so it's more similar to your kitchen. They try to renovate this bathroom. I don't. This is very nice. This one is a little bit busy. Many people think that for a rental doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's going to be someone else's house. Um, I guess this is the one downstairs, or one of those is the one downstairs. So exactly the same layout as you have. I am not a big fan of this floor. Let's see. Let's see. That's it. Not too many pictures. It has this. It looks like he has this big area in the backyard, so probably it's a corner townhouse. Let's check the data. How long this property was on the market? This one was 121 days on the market. They listed it originally at 3,600. They ended up renting it for 3,400. Okay, now we start discovering patterns here. Let's move forward. Next property is this one here, which is the interesting case. If I'm not mistaken, this is in your community as well. Let's see what justified the 3,950. Okay, they replaced the staircases, they added new floors. It looks like they have impact windows, recessed lighting, nice doors. They replace the doors, they replace the door handles. The kitchen looks a little bit smaller than yours. Definitely, it's smaller than yours. It has a nice refrigerator. This is a different layout for sure. They replace even the AC grills. So they put a lot of money behind this property. That's for sure. They redid it. I want to see. Yeah, that's a really small kitchen. Beautiful though, but it's a really small kitchen. Um, Let's see upstairs. So it has this laundry room. Flooring upstairs is also new. Bathroom, shower glass. So really nice. Definitely really nice. Yet I don't understand what justifies to pay $500 more comparing to the other properties. Um, let's see how long it took them to do that. Okay, so here we have. This was a 3,950 listed. Only 20 days later, they rented it for 3,850. Keep in mind that this is a three-bedroom, two and a half bathrooms. So it's smaller than yours. I guess what make the huge difference here is all those details, all those little features that sometimes as homeowners we avoid, we try to save, but they make a huge difference in this property. Door handles that match the vanities and the faucets, that match everything else. New flooring downstairs and upstairs. The kitchen, you can tell that that is not a really cheap kitchen. Let's see here. You see here the faucet matches the door handle, the gold the theme. Nice appliances, even though this one doesn't have the water filter and the ice maker. Really nice appliances, laundry machines. You can tell that they are brand new. They still have this ceiling here, tankless water heater. So I believe this is what made this townhouse achieve $300 or $400 more. But definitely, you can tell that the capital investment was significant as well. Let's move to the next property here. Is this one 3,600? Also in your community. Wow, this is a real surprise. The pictures were taken with an iPhone or a cell phone. You can tell these are not professional pictures. Black grout, smaller townhouse for sure. This is a huge surprise. I don't understand how they get someone to pay them $3,600. This is interesting because look at that bathroom, really ugly and outdated. What? Something is not right here. Okay, this was listed at 3,600. After 79 days, they actually rented for 3,600. Really interesting. Really, really interesting. I have no idea how they pulled that off. Now, from there, we see this big gap and drop on price. It goes 3,400, 32, 32, 31, 29, 28, and I can assure you that these are properties that are either in the other community or are looking not too good. So this is in your community, bad pictures, older appliances, older cabinets. Yeah, even pictures can kill a deal. Old ceiling fan, really bad pictures again. And that justifies why they were able to just get what they got on rent. I still want to see how long this property was on the market. So listed originally at 3,200, and they rented it right away for 3,200. So I guess what they wanted to do. Oh no, I'm sorry. They rented it for 2,950. So they have to discount $250, and they literally rented to the first person to show up. They were desperate and they didn't have any money to do any renovations. They understood that. Let's rent it to the first person that knocks on the door. Something that I notice here is that there are not too many four bedrooms available, not even available or rented. And what I see is that even what I told you goes against what I told you, because I don't see anything here that justifies the $200-300 for you guys to go ahead and spend another $300 or $400 or more on a closet. Still, if you want to do it, a four bedroom makes it sound like much better than a three bedroom, but we will have to go and list the property at least 3,950. This is the only property that achieved that. So it's the rental prices in that community, in that area, are more between the 35 and the 36 than in reality the 39.50. I will leave that up to you. If I was the homeowner, I will really consider if it's really worth it to or not to spend 400 or $500 on a closet when I know that the property is not going to value that much in the market because the market is not justifying it. It's really up to you. We can do it. It's just $300 or $400, but at the same time, it's $300 or $400. That will be my suggestion. Let's try to list it at 3,600 because your property is looking is and it's going to look very very nice. There is nothing else looking that nice available right now, and especially if you guys are willing to do the let's throw the internet on top of the rent for free. T-Mobile right now has a deal for I believe it's $35 or $45 a month, so that makes it what $500 in the entire year. Um, Probably that is better than the closet. I don't know. That would be something for you to consider and to analyze and make a final decision. Please let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any further questions, and I will send you as well the property management agreement along with this video. Thank you and have a great day.